Yes, my people, it's Jerome from Liberty Music Podcast, and I'm here today with a very, very special guest, straight from India, well, Mumbai, India, should I say. We have a special guest, Shriya Rao. You want to introduce yourself,
Hi, what's up?
Shriya?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Shriya. I'm an 18-year-old R&B singer from Mumbai, India. And yeah, very excited to be here and doing this interview.
Thank you for joining us. Obviously, you got five singles released already. In your career, you're only 18, so it's very, very early for you. And you've got a really good musical journey. And loads of inspirations. I was really interested. But obviously, my first question, because your inspirations were, is it Ella Fitzgerald, Summer Walker, Mac Millie gave us, and Tate McRae. So you got a vast majority of different musical inspirations on social media. You said. So I would say, kind of, what do you think? How do you think the different genres in your music that you got as your inspirations and your style of music? How does that kind of influence your songs and your music itself?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to jazz, right, Ella Fitzgerald, Antonio Carlos, Hobeem, I think they're so just versatile with their melodies and improvisation skills. So I think that, in a song when I'm doing ad libs, I think I definitely take a lot from improvisation and jazz. And, Tate McRae has some amazing pop ballads, and I think she's very vulnerable and intimate with her audience. That's exactly what I've tried to do in, the next set of songs that I've written and I'm going to release. And Mac Miller, I mean, he's just a legend in every way. But I think my favorite thing about his composition style is the way he plays around with orchestration and instrumentation, which is something that I've tried to implement in my EP, which will be dropping soon.
Oh.
And yeah, just the way he composes.
Give us a little taste, get a little bit of a taster there. Is it a little bit of a hint? Got some new music coming. Love that. Who's out of all of them? Who's like your main sort of inspiration? Who's like your go-to that you kind of listen to every day or go to? So obviously Ella Fitzgerald's like a legend, like obviously old school, and you got more the new school where you got Summer Walker and Tate McRae in there. Who do you kind of lean on most towards? Obviously, I'm an artist myself, so I kind of steer towards obviously the more newer artists, and I'm like, okay, here is inspiration. I'll take a bit more of his sort of sound and whatever sort of new techniques he's doing as an artist. Who's your sort of biggest inspiration out of the kind of group you gave over to us?
I would think the newer artists like Summer Walker, Daniel Caesar, all of these contemporary R&B artists, because I think I'm making similar music to them. My music is not very authentically R&B soul
Yeah.
or jazz like Ella Fitzgerald or like D'Angelo, right? So definitely more modern and contemporary.
Yeah, it's very popular. I love your music, to be fair. You got a really smooth sound. As well as you do the covers, but obviously
Thanks.
you're 18, you only really kind of just started doing music and things. What's your sort of earliest memory as an artist in music, or what kind of made you want to be a singer at the end of the day, a singer-songwriter?
Um, I think when I first watched Demi Lovato perform Let It Go in the movie Frozen, a Disney movie,
I was about to say, you must watch
I
Disney.
just kind of Oh, I am a big fan of Disney movies. Like even now, I think the movie that I've watched the most is probably The Princess and the Frog. So, yeah, I love Disney movies. But no, so when it comes to Demi Lovato, right, I think that I was very just in awe of her, especially in Camp Rock as well, which is another movie,
I was about to say
which is
Camp
all
Rock.
about songwriting. Yeah.
Must have watched
So,
that.
um, I love that movie. And I don't know, I think I was very inspired to like write my own song after seeing so many other people do it.
Hopefully we see you writing in Disney one day and be like, who else to come out of Disney? Sabrina Carpenter's probably the most recent one, isn't it?
Ooh, I love her.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love the work that she's done in Disney. That would be dope.
Sabrina Carpenter performed in my hometown Luton literally a few weeks ago, so that's crazy. Should have put her down as one
Yeah,
of your
that's cool.
inspirations.
Yeah, definitely. I think espresso is on repeat at the moment for me.
Oh,
So,
everyone loves her espresso. I heard she's getting those a coffee shop brand deals, so hopefully getting you next year.
yeah.
Hopefully getting you next. But what's your sort of earliest? Have you got like family that does music as well in the scene then, or what's your sort of earliest memory of you like performing or writing?
I think my dad definitely helped me and encouraged me to write a lot. Like, very directly, he was like, Shreya, you should just write your own music. I mean, I love that you do covers, but I think that you could write your own songs. And I've watched him perform and sing for our family, growing up. He's not a professional, although I think he should be because he's excellent. But yeah, he just definitely, both my parents really just encouraged me to write music and create music and compose and produce and play the piano. And
Love
yeah,
that. So your
that
dad's pretty
definitely
musical
helped.
himself. Is he quite? Is he like a producer, or is he kind of do himself?
He just sang a lot in college,
Oh,
and he loves music. He is a very great consumer of music, and he listens to music of all genres, and that's definitely affected my taste palette too. My ability to listen to all genres definitely comes from him.
yeah,
So,
very versatile. I love that. To be fair, is he like part of your team? Does he kind of help you pushing your music and doing like pushing it to press and stuff, or helping you kind of manage your music as well, or is he just there to kind of give you that sort of family support? So yeah, sure, you should push it.
he's definitely my manager. I mean, we go for business dinners every once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does push me. He gives me the encouragement that I need, from a parent point of view, but then also from a manager and business point of view, he tells me the way I should communicate with people and just helps me navigate through this industry.
That's amazing, to be fair. A perfect person to kind of have by your side is the best person to be your parents, to be fair. And as well as that, if they know music from the past as well, they're the best person to be taking these steps with you. So I love that. But obviously, looking back at your career so far, you've done a lot, I've heard, to be fair, at 18. So I love that.
Oh,
Looking back
that's
at your
that's
career so
sweet.
far, what's your sort of standout moment? What's your like biggest achievement? You say, because I've heard you've done a lot of shows in India, to be fair, and especially in like Mumbai. So what are you most proud of? What's your biggest accomplishment so far?
In my opinion, I think my biggest accomplishment was writing and releasing my first song, which I did when I was 14, and it was very scary. It was so intimidating, and at that point in time, I did not get any support from my friends. I kind of was made fun at for singing and just wanting to be a singer, right? And I definitely think that that was my best moment, I mean, so far, because I just pushed myself.
Mhm.
I believed in myself and I released my first song. So I would.
Making the jump, really, yeah. I tell you, loads of people. I found out in school, like loads of people kind of get that same experience where someone's going to be like, everyone takes the mick out of them, or everyone's like, "Why are you trying to do this?" Like, so, and when you do make it, then they're all like, "Oh, I helped her back in the day. I was friends with her." That's how it always works out, to be fair. But that's the thing. But you got to keep pushing and
Mhm.
make the jump, and then everyone will follow you eventually. But what's your dream accomplishment? What's your goal at the end? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be performing at like Coachella or something in the US one day, or do you want to be like the cover of GQ magazine? What's your dream accomplishment for yourself?
I think performing at like Coachella or Lollapalooza would be just a dream come true. I mean, sell out like an entire stadium of people, and just they know the lyrics to my songs, and I think that would just be so surreal if I had like millions of people, just not millions, but thousands of people
Yeah,
singing the words to my songs
nah,
at
no.
Coachella or something. That would be cool.
Do you get quite a lot of people when you go to your shows in India? I don't know what like concerts kind of look like. I know music is quite popular out there, but I've never really seen shows out there. They got a lot of music festivals and stuff for like R&B soul music.
So they have a lot of music festivals for, like Hindi music and
Mm.
commercial music, and also now indie music, which is great. But I think in India, right, I mean, most people here speak Hindi and they consume Bollywood music.
Mhm.
And so to kind of have an entire set of original songs in English is a hard one to pull. I've only had a couple of those so far. I mainly perform covers, and I've steered, clear away from singing in Hindi.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Western music background, so I prefer to sing in English, but majority of the mass here consumes Hindi music, and that's what they want to see when they go out for a concert as well.
Literally.
Although it is growing, but at a very slow pace.
Yeah, I've got quite a few Indian artists on my books. To be fair, as an A&R, I think I've got one guy called
Okay.
Akil Oso who's in India as well. I don't know, I can't remember whereabouts he was, but he's quite popular as well.
Uh-huh.
But he was kind of similar, saying the similar thing where he used to do his music in Hindi, but he does obviously rap music, so he's kind of switching over to like rapping in English, and he's
Right.
like trying to find that demographic in India where he's gonna hit that target audience. I love that they're kind of
Right.
switching out. A lot more of the English music is popping over in India. So hopefully I can get a shot there one day.
Ah, no, for sure, for sure.
But obviously, you mentioned artists that influence your work, obviously, and you mentioned you do a lot of covers as well. What's your favorite song to cover and why? What's your favorite one? Because I checked out the one you did with Bryant Barnes. You covered his track. Love.
Ooh, yes, love him, and I love that song.
Yeah. What's your favorite song to cover then?
I think Unstoppable by Leanne La Havas. She is this African British singer songwriter, lot of soul music. And this song, Unstoppable, I first discovered, I think, when I was 12 in music school. I just fell in love with it. It's just one of those songs that really transcends you to a different space when you sing it live. And everything about it is just 10 on 10. So the crowd always goes mad when I sing that song because it's vocally quite challenging, but at the same time, instrumentally very, 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 engaging and fun to listen to and like groove along to. Probably that one.
It's a powerful, quite connecting song. So get the crowd pretty much connected in, as well as that you got the powerful vocals, so people are gonna love you at your shows. So that's really. You mentioned obviously UK. Who's like your obviously I'm based in the UK, so who's your favorite like UK artist then? Who'd you say you'd want to work with in the UK wise?
Ooh, okay. So I've been listening to this artist a lot recently. Her name is IMDDB. I don't know if you've come across her.
She's
a rapper,
I don't know what.
she is.
I have to check my Spotify.
Yeah, check her out. She's crazy good, and everything from her flow to her tone to her lyricism. I'm so in love. I would love to collaborate with her on like a melodic rap track or something someday.
Hopefully we can make that happen for you one day, Shriya. That'd be amazing. But obviously,
that would be brilliant.
Hopefully we'll get him working for you. Well, following from that, if you could collaborate with any artist, like dead or alive, or like past, present, whatever, who would it be and why? Obviously, you said Ella Fitzgerald, so.
No, definitely Ella Fitzgerald. I think she's up there. She's probably my favorite artist ever, and I think if I could have, I would have definitely collaborated with her.
Yeah.
On a jazz track. I've never written a jazz song either, so I think it would almost be a challenge. But if I could take that challenge with someone like Ella Fitzgerald, I would definitely take it.
I love it. You're not a Drake or a Michael Jackson or anything like that.
No, I love Michael Jackson a lot, but Ella Fitzgerald is my number one.
Yeah, you put it in there for a reason, so it has to be. But obviously, if you're challenged to write a song in any genre, completely outside your comfort zone, because you're a specialist of like R&B, soul, quite pop, indie. Which genre would you choose, and how do you think it would turn out? Would you go into like a screamo, a rock, heavy metal, or?
That's exactly what I was about to say, like a rock heavy metal song. I think it might turn out to be a ballad because, they really just, they're very loud and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love rock music. I love heavy metal music. I just don't think that I could, even if I tried.
I listen to some screamo artists. I'm like, that's crazy that they can even produce these vocals. Like, obviously, it's a skill itself to produce it out your throat. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Would it just be like the rock, or would you get yourself into? Obviously, blues would be probably similar to what you kind of do already.
I think blues would be a bit similar. Honestly, maybe classical music because or opera or something like that, because I do listen to a lot of operas. I've watched a couple as well. But when it comes to classical music and composition, I think that, that's a tough one to nail, especially nowadays. You don't see as many people composing classical music anymore. So if I could, I'd probably try to compose a piece and not have any vocals in it, just purely
Classical
compositions. Maybe like with a string quartet and I don't know.
Yeah, there's
the whole
doing
brass section.
all the orchestra. That's it. I say, which genre do you think you smash it? Do you think you'd be really good at classical then, or would you think you'd probably be better at maybe doing like a rock or an indie or something like that? Which one do you think you'd smash at, but you don't do?
I think I could compose like a solid classical piece. I think I might do that after this call. Hey,
Hey,
it'd be fun.
get your dad to help you out. He might be a specialist, to be fair. What about UK drill collab? You ever do that? Someone like a Digger D or who else? Central Sea Shout Show. Would you ever do something like that?
Hmm. There's this other artist called, I think, Saint.
Oh yeah,
I think that's his name.
yeah. With like
Yeah,
a
I
little
think he
apostrophe at
does
the
a
top.
little bit of drill. Yeah, the tele on the E. Um, yeah, I listen to a lot of his music. I actually think he has a good amount of soul and R&B influence. So, maybe collaborating with him might be super duper cool too. That
That's
might work out well.
that's sick. Have you done any collaborations already? With like other artists like that?
I've done a couple collaborations in India with some indie artists. There's somebody called Antimony and Chinmoy Sharma, and also MC Nikhil, and I've collaborated with them, on a song, which was so fun. I like working with other people too. I just think that it's much tougher here to find people that resonate with the music that I'm creating,
Yeah.
because a majority of the artists are creating pop music. I mean, I don't think I could name too many people that are creating R&B music. There are three artists that I'd love to mention. Yash Raj is the first one. He is incredible. He's a rapper. And he raps in Hindi, although he's super duper influenced by like Erykah Badu and all the R&B
What?
pioneers, and it's a
Love to.
cool combination.
But I was gonna say, obviously, you got a few different inspirations. I've mentioned a few of mine, with Linkin Park and Busted. Who's your guilty pleasure? Who in the scene? Whose songs do you listen to that you listen to when no one else is around? I don't know if there's any artists in India and stuff that people are like, oh, they're cringy, or or any like bigger artists worldwide.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger artist. I'm gonna get so much flack for saying this, but I think Taylor Swift, because I've grown up
You're
listening to
Swiftie.
her music. The songs, yeah, I am a Swiftie, and I like her. I mean, I think my music taste has evolved after a point, so I don't resonate with too much of the music that she creates. However, I really respect her as an artist, and a lot of the past music that she's created, I think I've just grown up listening and dancing to. So, if a Taylor Swift song comes on like Bad Blood or Blank Space or something like that, I would probably still get up and dance and know every single word to the song.
Love that. Have you ever done any Taylor Swift covers then, or?
I have. I think I've done a cover of You Belong With Me. I did a really nice piano and voice cover. And that's up on my Instagram. So in
Yeah.
case you get a moment, you can check it out.
Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna put you on to. I'm gonna be listening to all your tracks. To be fair, lucky Sam got to you first.
Ah.
But I'll definitely link you up with Akko anyway. So you'd be great together. Sound like you got similar inspirations, similar sort of visions to kind of steer the music in India. So I love the way that a lot of the artists kind of move in. But obviously you got a lot of creativity. Have you done like music videos before or anything like that, or?
Yeah, I've actually, done two music videos for my songs On My Mind and Ride For Me. And weirdly enough, I directed both of them. And, I think it's crazy being an independent artist, especially doing a music video, because it's putting the whole team together and then negotiating a price with everybody and then writing a script and creating a mood board and sitting with the editor and the directors, choosing shots I like, things like that. It was a lot, but that was one of my favorite things to do.
It
Like,
is.
I
You're pretty
love
hands-on.
working on music video. Oh, I think I'm somebody that just like, when someone's like, go with the flow, I'm like, yeah, but when is the flow? Like, please tell me when the flow is, because I like to know exactly what's going on. I like to be in control as well, I think.
If you want something done, do it yourself.
Probably
they would
something
say.
to talk to my therapist about.
No, I'm the
Yeah.
exact same. I'm the exact same shit. Like when I do even my own videos, I'm like, oh, I need this. I got an image in my head of how I want it to do. Like you probably get the same when you're writing your
Yep.
music and you hear a beat for something for the first time. You're like, there's my vision for it. And then you got someone else who's probably
Right.
mixing and mastering it for you or doing the video shots or whatever. And you're like, I've got this vision in my head
Right.
and I want it on paper. I want it on the screen. Like, so I get the whole thing where you want to take control of it, and then you're like, this is it. I'm gonna do it myself and get it all in. But if you had an unlimited budget, for a music video, what wild and creative idea would you kind of bring to life? What would you want to put in? Would you get like 1,000 Lamborghinis or something, or?
Not
AI
that
or-
fascinated by cars
for
or
sure.
AI. But I think I would want to be like floating in the sky, like above the ocean, kind of in the clouds, just kind of hanging on by a string. That would be really cool. And interesting enough, I saw Steve Lacy. I don't know if you've heard of Steve Lacy, but I really like his music. Yeah. And he just put out a video on Instagram of him playing the guitar, like floating in the air above a bunch of houses.
What?
And I was like, damn, you stole my idea.
No, that's so funny because I was as soon as you were saying you want to be up in the sky, I was thinking of there's a rapper over here called K Trap, and he's got a song called Whistle, and
Okay.
he's literally on a plane. For
Okay.
some reason, the video is him on a plane in the sky, and he's on the wing, and he's just like
Oh,
just
damn.
rapping on the wing in the sky. So it sounds something like that you kind of want.
Yeah, that I don't know. I mean, it sounds life-threatening, but I
No,
wouldn't mind it.
it's gotta be AI. It's gotta be CGI or something. But
Right.
you want to do it real, do you? You want to do it actually your own stunts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't want it to be AI. I want it to be like floating, in between the clouds or something.
You love that, love that. Hey, what's your sort of favorite ever like music video yourself? Then, what's your sort of when you think of like music videos? Classic ones probably back in the day because music videos used to obviously pop off back, and that's what we all kind of saw. And obviously
Right.
now it's obviously moved to more YouTube. What's your favorite sort of music video?
Oh, damn, dude, that's a good question and
Last minute
not
one for you.
something I thought about.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think Eminem did a video with Megan Fox for and Rihanna for "I Love the Way You Lie," and
sure, that's
I don't know.
lads.
I
I
think that's just
literally was thinking of that. That was why I said it. I'm not even lying. That is
no
crazy.
way.
Yeah, I was literally thinking. I was gonna say, oh yeah, Rihanna, "Love the Way You Lie" video is a really good high production. The fact you said that, I love it. But go on, sorry.
No, I love that. No, I'm so glad you like it too. I mean, it is a high production, and I think it was just shot and executed super well.
Mhm.
And I think that song is super heavy, and then when the video can kind of communicate that,
Yeah.
that intensity as well, it was awesome. I think that another one is I love Ariana Grande, and I really do love the videos she's done.
Surprised you
Probably
didn't say Ariana
in
Grande is like one of your inspirations. To be fair.
No, I think she is definitely an inspiration. But I think what happened is, from the age of 13 to 16, I consumed her music every day, God knows how many times. And then after a
Milked her.
point, yeah, I did. I mean, I kind of just outgrew it. I think that's when I also started listening to more R&B soul music. And of course, she does have a good amount of R&B music, but I think, she's more into pop.
Hmm.
And that was something that I noticed myself drifting away from. But in terms of music videos, she has one for her song Into You. And oh my God, it's so good. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of steamy, but yeah, I just think that the visuals and the colors are beautiful in that video. Like I would love to watch that.
I love that. Hopefully, we should get you linking up with Ariana Grande. You should get email her and try and get like a studio session or just like follow her around for a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm so down.
Yeah, because wasn't was she Disney or Nickelodeon? Did she come from? I thought she was going to Disney as well, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she worked with both, but definitely she had the Salmon Cat, where she
Yeah,
played Cat Valentine on Nickelodeon's show, so probably that.
yeah. I imagine it was Nickelodeon because she gives me like the same as Sabrina Carpenter, their sort of vibes, where they're both on
Right.
TV. But yeah, man, she's a good singer as well. So I've never even thought about her as an inspiration
She's
for you.
amazing.
But obviously, you're really young yourself, and you've got a really good success, obviously, in the music scene. How many shows have you done already, by the way?
I think I've done over 50, and I started off just performing in Bombay at Mumbai, a couple of restaurants. And then it became more city. I've performed in Pune as well. So that's quite cool. Yeah. And honestly, that audience was killer. I mean, like the crowd was packed. So I would love to go back to Pune and perform. But,
How big was the crowd?
I do
How many
want to
people was that? Like
perform
100 or
more. I'd say easily like 500 to 1,000 in between. Um,
going big?
yeah,
Shit.
my first time. No, that's still small in comparison to where I want to reach. However, starting out only playing in front of like a cafe with 12 customers and then moving on to, an audience with 500 people. In my opinion, I think that that's a milestone. So, um, yeah, I just want to keep doing that.
Love that. No, it's things like X Factor and all these like like music shows. No, look, they all pop off these days. That not something that kind of interests you as an artist? Like X Factor and American Idol
I don't
versions.
know. I think the concept is what I just don't agree with because it's like you have one shot to either blow our minds or do it a terrible job, and there's no in between. Because if there is an in between, then it's like, where do you go from there, right?
Literally.
You're not chosen, you don't know what to do, you don't know what's next. And I don't like the idea of being put on the spot and being, sat in front of four judges where they get to kind of dictate. I mean, I don't know, the trajectory for your singing career. They might say something like, we don't think this is meant for you. And I think that can be quite demeaning to an artist. So, not sure I would ever go on a show like that.
I'm exactly the same, to be fair. We got a show over here called Rap Game. It was really good, but I'm always like, it's not really for me. Like as an artist, I want to kind of just have my own self
Yeah.
control and release whatever I want to my own music and my own thoughts, and not have someone else's thoughts in the back of my head of where I should actually be releasing. So, love your sort of vision, but obviously, as I was saying, yeah, you're pretty young and you had quite a good music career already. Some really good success. What sort of advice would you give to a young aspiring musician who's trying to navigate the independent artist industry today? What would your advice be for them? So, say a 17-year-old singer comes up to you.
Yeah, no, this is a good question and it really gets to me every time. Okay, I think there are gonna be people that tell you that your music is amazing and it's the best thing they've ever heard. And there are gonna be people that come and tell you that your music is average or below average or your music is trash. And I think what matters the most, right, when someone says anything to you about your music is how you feel. If you believe in your music, just go for it. Don't give an F about what anybody else has to say. Just release it. Grow as an artist, release more music. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the most important voice is your own. So I would say value that.
Love that.
Something I would probably tell my younger self as well.
But your dad probably told you that as well. To be fair, that's definitely a parent thing that's probably installed to you at a young age.
Yeah, I'm super happy, he kind of instilled that in me because I was very underconfident, going into this. And also at 13 and 14 when I didn't really know how to write a song. It came out of me and then I was like, okay, I think I should put this out. And he's like, yeah, you should. Don't just do it.
Yeah, well, I think
So,
a lot of people don't really understand that music is an art form itself. To be fair, and art's obviously it's all about your own sort of opinions in it of it, and you can create. Like,
right.
see some arts that just people just throwing paint on a piece on a canvas, and it doesn't even look great, but it'll sell for 10,000 pounds or something like crazy. Same thing for music, where some people will obviously hear it and they'll be like, "That's not really for me," and then they'll hit someone else hearing that, "That's amazing," or like as artists, I'm sure you probably hear it and be like,
Exactly.
"This could be mixed and mastered a certain different way." You're working on
Yeah.
certain different really really fine points about your track, even though the average listener isn't going to notice that fine little bit of vocal or tuning going
Right.
off or anything like that. So love that. Definitely have to keep your own opinion on your music and make sure this is what I'm releasing. This is how it should sound. This is how I want it to sound, and this is it. This is the final product. So love that. But
I totally agree. I totally agree.
well, I was to say, what's your what can fans kind of expect from you in the future? You got a lot coming at the moment. You've done a lot already, so I can't wait to see. But you got any like big features coming up? You got any more shows coming up? What can your fans kind of expect at the moment? Obviously, you mentioned as well. I'm not going to forget. You did mention you got a project.
Yes, so I think that's probably the most exciting thing that's happening in 2024, which is that I am releasing a solo EP. It's my first EP, my first solo EP, and it's the most vulnerable I've ever been with anyone. I don't even think I've spoken to my parents or my friends about the things that I've written about in those songs. And but I think also with vulnerability comes a lot of like relatability, which is why I decided that I wanted to release this EP.
Hmm.
It's called In a Box, and essentially it's about feeling like you're in a box. And yeah, hopefully everybody relates to it. And I'm very, very excited
I,
to release this
I
EP.
love that. Shit. Have you got it? Have you got a date for it lined up already, or?
Well, the first track will be dropping in September, so you can definitely stay tuned for that.
I love that. Have you how many tracks is the album is the project looking like? Is it gonna be like a EP or just like a big album?
It is a four-song EP, and yeah, it kind of just tells a story and has like a concluding song as well. which is definitely the one that hurts me the most to hear. but,
Love that. That's one
but
that's
yeah,
gonna connect people the
it's a
most.
small one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I totally get you. Whether you come where you go with the whole aspect of like you're in your music, you got things that you don't tell your family and your friends and stuff, and it's like, yeah, if you want to know what's in my head, like, kind of listen to my music because that's how I want to portray it. So I actually relate to you a lot with that whole thing where like, I've got a whole project myself that I
hey,
released a few months ago, and there was some stuff on there that literally
okay,
explained my whole journey of being an artist from 1 year to the next year and everything that was going on in between that. So I love where you kind of put in that you feel like you're in a
right,
box and you want to portray everything that you haven't told all your friends and your family, and that's the thing that's going to
right,
relate to your audience as well, because they can be like, oh, I feel like that as well, but there's no other artist that relates to me, especially as like a pop singer in India as well. I bet you're going to have a lot of Indian artists that are going to relate to you as well. So I love it, and I can't wait to hear what you got for the future. But have you got more tours and shows coming up as well, or is it just the project you're working on at this stage?
I think for now, probably just tell you about the project
Yeah.
because
Keep it on
I'm
wraps.
gatekeeping. I'm gatekeeping everything that's gonna happen in 2025.
Come on, Shriya.
I don't wanna. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
want to reveal it just yet.
yeah. We'll line up a second part for the interview in January. We'll do like a part two. Like how's everything getting
We should
along?
do that.
One
Sounds
hundred
good.
percent, 100%. But anything else you're excited about in the music scene for yourself before I do leave you?
Well, okay, I think I'll just drop a little hint. Lollapalooza is coming to India in 2025, and there is a chance that you might see me there.
Come
So,
on, I'm gonna have to try and get. One of my friends is got married in India and that, so I'm gonna have to try and convince him to do this Lollapalooza. I'm gonna do a stag do out there.
oh damn, no, for sure. Wait, by any chance, is he a rapper? Because I know a rapper that got married in
Nah,
India.
nah, nah, he's not a rapper. He wishes.
Ah,
he works.
never mind then.
He's a physiotherapist. He just works. He works a healthy job.
Oh damn. Okay, that was way off then.
That's all right, but
I apologize.
I'll definitely put you on some of my Indian artists, and or I've got already, because I think I've got 3 Indian artists I work with at Liberty myself. So definitely loads of people I can kind of help collab in, and then Indian artists that are in the US based as well, as I've got one over here in the UK. So yeah, I'd love to help you out as well, Shriya. But it's been amazing speaking to you.
It's been awesome doing this. Thanks so much.
Nah,
And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you and doing part two of the interview in Jan.
nah,
That would be fun.
definitely, Shriya. But thank you. Oh, before we do leave you, tell us about your next release, please. Do a little promo for yourself.
Ooh, okay. So I just released a song called Like That. And the music video drops tomorrow, which is awesome. And
Perfect.
yeah, I got to work on another music video, so that was fun. But this song is just me being really, really playful and loose, which I think is a side of myself that I, like other women, don't often show because of the judgment that comes along with it. Yeah, it just kind of speaks about the thrill of closeness and intimacy, and really excited for you guys to hear the song. It's a fun one. You just want to sit and groove to it. At least I do. So
Yeah,
I
that's
I
what it's all
hope
about.
that everyone feels the same way.
Nah, definitely. You got some really lovely movies, so I can't wait to hear it, to be fair. Where can we find your music? That's what I was going to ask you, because I'm not too sure if I can find you on Spotify, but get past all your socials and your music socials as well, so everyone knows where to stream your music and find you.
Okay, so you can find me on any and all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, you name it. And yeah, you can find me there, and you can also follow me on Instagram at just Shriya Rao. That's my handle, and I've linked my music as well. So, and I've released a lot of unreleased. I mean, I've leaked a lot of unreleased music on my Instagram. So,
Everyone can get the
if you're
sneak peeks there.
interested in checking that out,
Yeah,
yeah,
even more incentive for them to check out your page. Sure, even more reason. But
correct.
I'll leave you to it anyway, so you can enjoy the rest of your day in Mumbai. But thank you, Shriya, for your time. Thank you. It's been amazing speaking to you.
Thank you. This has been great, and I'll speak to you soon.